Hi Vivian, thank you for sending in your essays for correction, and a really good idea to get some feedback on your exam work. It'd be great to know when your exam is and if you've done it before. That would be helpful. Okay, so let's look at this. So the question's international marketing, and I note here that you do start talking about international trade, and be careful on this. It's a common mistake, and it's very important that in these essays you absolutely stick to the question. So task achievement is 25% of the marks, and that looks at have you answered the question. So you need to stick on marketing. You also need to give your opinion at the end, which is really important. Okay. The other problem on task achievement is that you're over the word count. You're on 325 here. Suggested word is 250, and sort of like past 270, 280, the examiner will stop marking. So you would lose quite a lot of marks on those three things. Okay, so maybe just revise that. All right, let's start. So international merchandising, yes, may be considered harmful and intrusive to a specific nation. Now, merchandising is okay, but I would put merchandising and advertising to show immediately that you understand this idea of marketing, which is not the same as selling, trade. They want to see that difference. So merchandising and advertising may be considered harmful and intrusive to numerous nations. Yeah, that might be better. Nevertheless, some people may believe, okay, may or might, that's okay, that international marketing is a crucial feature and another form of education in modern societies. Okay, I like that. Although it's important to admit that progress is brought, yep, it should not be neglected. Yep, okay. That's fine. I think that's more of a sort of conclusion comment. After here, I would maybe introduce your essay, because obviously that's the introduction. So this essay will discuss various benefits or negative impacts that marketing might or international advertising may have had worldwide, using examples from China and India or something like that. Okay, so use that sentence there to introduce your essay. Coming on to your next body paragraph here, your first one, the rise of international trade. Now here I would very definitely put advertising, marketing, something like that. It's brought a wide range of advantages to society. Okay, to our society. Yeah. Firstly, capital F. The world's become smaller thanks to globalization, and so this is all about trade. So I want you to rework this sentence. Okay, so we're talking about the internet, which is here. Okay, thanks to globalization and the worldwide availability of sales ideas, of marketing ideas, global cultures, something like that. So it's not really about acquire items so much, it's about being influenced by the advertising for those items. So I'm thinking of Apple and Nike and the ideas that they spread. Okay. So secondly, improvements on the network. Okay, to the internet, you would have to specifically say what you mean here. Have undoubtedly contributed to spreading ideas and culture. Therefore, individuals living in a remote part of the earth can learn maybe about other cultures or foreign language without going abroad or spending money. Okay, and I put here example needed because you're making a really good point. It's very interesting stuff, but you need something a bit more specific to hang your argument on. I'm just looking through here. Remote part of the earth sounds a bit strange. I say remote parts of the world, something like that. Or the remotest parts of our planet. I don't know. Something like that. Earth sounds a bit strange. Okay, so coming on here, this is a very good paragraph, and you're more on the point here, which is really good. So it's widely accepted that uncontrolled marketing, let's get that onto the point, uncontrolled marketing creates as many challenges as benefits. Yeah. Whereas global transactions have intensified, so change the tense there, not have been, have intensified during the last decade. Local communities are not always keen to embrace all the brands that want to integrate there. I would just put that, okay, THERE. This is a very strong opening, and you're absolutely on the right topic. This could happen because not every brand considers local communities' cultures, and it may be seen as invasive. Yeah. For example, okay, I really like your example I put here. Yes, fantastic. It's absolutely on the right point, and totally. So super paragraph. Well done there. Okay. To sum up, so I would say yes to sum up, or in conclusion, it cannot be denied. So this is fine. This is similar to what you had in your introduction, but what I need here is your opinion. Okay, so you need to rework this conclusion to include your opinion. Otherwise the content is fine. I would say distance between remote areas in the world have been shortened thanks to globalization or international sales. And then, okay, this is okay, but this is what was in your introduction. All right. So in terms of task achievement, there's a little bit of work to do on staying on topic, staying within the word count, and making sure that you give your opinion. Okay, so in terms of, that's one thing they look at. In terms of cohesion and coherence, I can follow your arguments really well, although I think you need to rework this to stay on point and give me an example. Your grammar looks really strong. You've got some nice complex sentences here, which is what they're looking for. So you're showing off a range of structures, which is really, really good. And your language, your vocabulary looks really, really good. Okay, so there's lots of great stuff here. Well done. So task 2, this is about rainfall. Okay, now again, very good. You've described it nicely to me. You're using some really good academic language in here. You seem very confident with what you're doing. Help, word count, too long. It's 150. So beyond 160, you're going to lose marks, and they really will stop marking. So it's a shame to lose marks because of that. Okay. So here, yep, you're giving me one line to paraphrase the question. Be careful, 2018, not 2008, okay? Precipitation received. I don't really like received. I mean, I know it's a good word. Precipitation, you could say just in 3 regions, or experienced, maybe might be better, by 3 regions. So here you're giving me overall. Yep, and that's a very nice overview of the whole thing. I like this. The curve and the 3 territories mirrored each other. Very, very nice. Experienced the highest, maybe, amount of rainfall, and almost highest. Yeah, pretty much. Amount of rainfall with nearly, yep. Okay, you can't have nearly over. That doesn't work together. You'd have to have either nearly or over, not both together. It's noticeable. So now we're getting into some more sort of features. Yes, I really like how you've used your use of language to make it more interesting. It's noticeable, it's very good. In the same way, it's very nice. And when it comes to Wales, I really, really like that. You're guiding me through your comments, which is really good. Place where it rained most, watch out there. Thus, I don't really like thus. I use it very carefully, not very often. So you can put so, or just join that together. It received roughly no less than. Now, roughly no less than, that's a bit confusing. So you just make that a little bit more academic there. 60 millilitres, you can put ml throughout the year. July, September, and December, yes, good grouping there. You have to put in, yeah, the line crossed, yep. You could have fluctuate is quite a good word to be using on a graph like this. You could also be using some words like plummeted, or plunged, or peaked at, that sort of thing, just because it's quite a pretty graph, so you can use some of these languages, that language there. In the same way as England, the year, yep, started with the rains in Scotland. Now, careful repeating drastically here. However, maybe the line hit, past tense, its lowest point, or drastically hit its lowest point drastically in February, with nearly no precipitations, yeah, while it picked up, while rainfall increased. Yeah, picked up is a little bit casual here. So keep your language formal. When it comes to Wales, it's clear that the trend was different, or, yeah, just change that right at the beginning of the year, compared to England and Scotland. In January, precipitations were around 50 millilitres ml, and then increased. You don't need to have to repeat it. Increase in February and March, and then take out that, finally reaching a low peak. You can't have a low peak. You can have a low point, not a low peak. That's a contradiction. Peaks have to be high in April. It can be highlighted, it could additionally be highlighted that the amount of rainfall remained constant. Okay, so you've done some great stuff here. I'm only picking out a few little things, but too long, Okay, keep your language academic, keep your language as mathematical as you possibly can. It would be good if you have time to do some rewrites of these. Just rewrite the essays with the corrections in. You can send it back to us if you want, and that would just help you hopefully get a better picture of where you're going. But well done, and this is great stuff. Have a look at our online material, and if you have time, have a look at the online course, and there's a special offer on that at the moment. Thank you.